Hola, hola, my name is Ramon, cosmetic formulator, esthetician, former Sephora employee. So I'm currently here in Barcelona, and I've actually been here before, and this is apparently the second largest Sephora in the EU. Number one is in Champs-Élysées in Paris, but I decided to bring you guys along and show you guys what it looks like inside the second largest Sephora in the EU, what brands they carry differently here, what products they might have that might not be available in Sephora US. Come along with me on this vlog in Barcelona.
This entire store is located below ground. This is a Sephora flagship store in Barcelona off La Rambla. And I'd been here once before, but it's always fun to go back to these kind of spaces now that I'm a content creator and really just compare this from US Sephora. I'm walking around, I see my favorite brand, Dr. Dart, and right next to it, a brand called Ahava. Never heard of it before. Right next to that, we have Benefit Skincare, which I've never seen a separate Benefit Skincare section. This is Nux. I think it's how you pronounce it. We have this in the US. I'd never seen an entire section of Nux products. They're famous for the dry oil, which my friend did try out. You can see the whole product line up here. I've never personally tried them, but again, I did not know they had an entire product line. Rituals is another big brand. It's big here in the EU overall, but I'd never heard of this brand before. And in Spain, like every store had entire sections. You also had their own standalone stores in the city. So this is really fun and interesting. This was like the first thing we saw when we walked in the store, and the employee essentially like herded us right to it. This is a machine that helps you basically decide what fragrances you like based off certain scent families. Puig, that brand on top, is a fragrant manufacturer in the EU. They make a lot of fragrances for like high-end brands. But basically what happens is that little circle on top, where she has her hand right now, it emits these smells, and based off each smell, you then swipe left to right to designate whether or not you like it. That's my friend Ember, who I went on this trip with. So you can see Ember is smelling, and based off whether or not she likes the scent, and it can be like vanilla, citrus, fruit, she then swipes left or right, and then it gives you a few different tries at it, and then based off those 3 samples, it gives you a whole list of different fragrances that you could potentially like based off those scents that you did swipe right on. You can see it's literally like sponsored by Tinder. So I thought this was really fun and cool. I'd never seen it before, but I'm real with you. The 3 times I smelled, it smelled exactly the same to me. I didn't see anything different, but that's just me. Here's a couple different looks at different brands that were carried in the skincare section. That Librac brand I'd never heard of before, so that was new to me. But right next to it is SVR, which is a French chemist brand. I've reviewed their sunscreens on my channel. As you can see, you have entire lines of skincare product under that one brand. It's really cool to see that at Sephora. And then the brand right next to that, I'd never seen before either. But with SVR, look, I've reviewed one of the sunscreens from this specific line, and look at all the other options, and they have multiple different sunscreen lines under this one brand. So you see Sesterma, never heard it before. Caudalie, obviously very famous. You have a whole different Nux section right there. Florga, never heard of that brand before. Mario Badescu, very shocked to see this one at Sephora. I find that Sephora in the EU here has a lot of brands I normally associate more with Ulta. And then obviously you have a bunch of different luxury brands, Estee Lauder, Lancôme, my fave Shiseido, Dior, Chanel, Guerlain. What's really interesting is a lot of high-end, a lot of very fragrance, very perfumed skincare. Very hard to find fragrance-free skincare, which we actually needed at one point in the store. My friend Amber is very sensitive to fragrance. I've never seen an Elizabeth Arden skincare section. I only thought they had like maybe 1 or 2 products, so I'm seeing this entire line from them. Right next to that, you had YSL skincare. Didn't even know they had a full skincare selection either. They had a really amazing essence though I played with. Miss Fenty Skin, obviously got to give her a shout out whenever I see her. Obviously that is my bestie, my homegirl, Rihanna. I really enjoy whenever I go to stores like this, reading all the names in Spanish of things. 2 brands I never heard of either, Helena Rubinstein and Sensei. Let me tell you, the price points on these products, high end luxury, upwards of 400 or 500 euros. Solaris, this is the sunscreen section. You can see you had Australian Botanicals there, Clarins, Biotherma, Nux. Again, did not realize Nux had all these products. Very surprised to see the Australian Botanical sunscreens. You know, I've reviewed a few of them. Don't love all of them, but look at these price points. Those are definitely import prices. They're much cheaper in the US. This is the masculine section. So this is all male geared skincare. American Crew is on top, and let me tell you, those products smell exactly like you would expect American Crew to smell like. We also have Clarins, you have Clinique, Lancôme, and bottom shelf you had Shiseido skincare. They even had a male version of the Ultimune serum from Shiseido I really love. So this whole section was really interesting for me to look at, to really see like what does skincare for men look like in other countries. Even having this section itself, it was small, but really interesting because I've never seen this at a Sephora here in the US. And I think it's really cool, really interesting. Obviously, I don't have an issue with like male marketed skincare. If there's a niche, there's a need for it. Why not make it? And these were fragrance. This is Loewe, which I recognize as a high-end brand. I'd never seen fragrance from them. My friend Ember actually really liked one of these and bought it. I think it's the one called Ella. This whole little section for Guerlain was really interesting, and I found a lot of different brands had really cool booths that were very nicely decorated and very high-end looking for like specific facials or makeovers. But look at how large that Sephora is and how far back that extends.
Hola, here we are, day 2. We're up in a little place called Park Guell right now, which is another little Gaudi area. Fun fact, this is where they filmed the finale runway show for America's Next Top Model, Cycle 7, which Carrie D won. Today we're going to be going here, heading back to the Gothic Quarter, heading to the Picasso Museum, and then having paella for lunch. So yeah, follow me along.
So these are little tunnels that the runway show for Cycle 7 took place. That's my friend Ember. But I also want to point out it's pronounced Park Guell. Not sure why I pronounced it Guell. I know they say all of God's creatures are, you know, amazing or whatever, but these little bitches are just chirping and tweeting at full volume. And I swear to God, imagine living in this house and having to wake up to this shit every morning. I swear to God.
One of the biggest things here at Park Guell is a lot of foliage, a lot of green, a lot of trees. This really cute house. More trees. And then I guess that's more of the area of Barcelona right next to here. I wonder how much rent goes for in this area.
I'm not entirely sure which house Gaudi lived in. This was one of 2, but look at how cute this house is and the color scheme. Obsessed. And this is the view when you look out from the property. And of course, leave it to me to find the one Korean skincare shop in the city. This is HanHan Contemporary Asian Goods. They didn't have a lot of different brands, but I think they had a really nicely curated selection, like this brand called Kinonix I had never heard of before, as well as this brand called Ondo. I'll tag them down below in the description box if you want to go check them out or if you want to see them while you're in Barcelona. But I was very shocked and very happy with my experience there. Super cute boutique. You see some staples like Sun and Park Beauty Water. I used to love this when I worked at Sephora. I use this on every client. I actually might order some now that I'm thinking about it. But really great toner, makeup remover, multi-purpose water. Suntique, obviously the Suntique I'm Aqua Sun Essence was a recent favorite that I reviewed. I'm Safe for sensitive skin's a great option, but I was very surprised to see Suntique because I feel like no one ever talks about them. I do have the Sun Sticks. Stay tuned for that review. And then Cioris, JYP skincare brand. Love the S in her. Fun fact, all I bought at the store was a little Korean skincare book in Spanish.
Hola. So Picasso didn't happen. We're currently at Park de la Ciudadela. Just kind of looking around right now before we go back to our hotel and get ready for dinner, aka tapas tonight. That's the update for today. Just kind of walking around. At this point, I think we have like at least 15,000 steps for today though. So we are working off the paella we had for lunch and just enjoying the weather, enjoying the day.
If you're wondering, the paella for lunch was horrible, but the tapas that night were amazing.
Hi y'all, new day, new me. We are actually here at the Picasso Museum. It is 10 in the morning and let's get our art on.
After the museum, we were feeling kind of hungry. We were in the Gothic Quarter, so we took a stroll over to Boqueria Market and got a burrito from this amazing food stand, very Mexican inspired. We strolled around the market for a little bit, looking at the different stands, and then we headed back to the hotel. That's me with the burrito, and that's the Columbus Monument. Okay, let's talk chemists, Spanish pharmacies. I was very interested to see what the offerings look like. And as you can see, a lot of Heliocare. This was a small chemist too, and look at all the different offerings they had. I don't actually know if Heliocare is specifically a Spanish brand, but Isten is, and look at all the Isten offerings. I know Isten more for sun care, but I was also very surprised to see a lot of their other skincare offerings, a lot of urea and barrier focused products that I wish we had here in the UK even. And after that, we kept walking through La Rambla, and I was very surprised to see the popularity of cowboy boots of all things, and trust me, they were like everywhere. So let's talk about this store, Cocunat. My friend Amber pointed it out because their marketing was very non-toxic ingredients, cruelty-free, vegan. So we looked inside because it looked very cute, and what I got was basically Glossier Light. They had hair care, skincare, makeup. You can see the shade range was abysmal. The offering was limited. And it was interesting. The associate came and talked to us, and it was very clean washing. Everything is meant to let your skin breathe, and it's all natural and non-toxic, so it's good for your skin. Yeah. I only bought a couple things. I just got a shampoo and a conditioner from them, but you can see the vibe. It's giving natural. It's giving greenwashing, clean beauty, but it looks cute. So there's that. And here's another chemist, and this was actually a more well-stocked chemist, and I spent some time here and some money. You can see whole Bioderma selection. I bought one of the products from that green line you see on the left. It's more like for oily, acne-prone skin. You have Aven, you have La Roche-Posay, and honestly, I'm so gobsmacked at the amount of La Roche products you find in the EU versus even just in the UK. Whole assortment, whole different lines. I'm still on the hunt though for those Cicaplast products. I didn't see them any of the chemists I looked at. As well as a new sunscreen with a new UV filter that they just launched. This was interesting though. This was a CC cream that was very greasy. It was very inelegant, very heavy. Some other different sunscreen options I'd never seen before. This is what the CC cream looked like on me. Not cute. And then you have Caudalie, which is always interesting for me to see. I think of Caudalie as a high-end brand here in the US, but in the UK and the EU, it's kind of just randomly everywhere. Obviously CeraVe, but here's the thing, when you're in the EU, you have so many other brands that offer comparable, if not better options than CeraVe. It's not worth it because it's so expensive. This was a sun section, and you can see so many offerings, even more so than before. So I was definitely spending some time here, spend some money here, but you have Bioderma, Aven, La Roche, Isden, Heliocare, and then some, and options from each line I hadn't seen yet until I got to the store, so I spent some money here. For example, did not know La Roche-Posay had a hydrating fluid version of the invisible fluid. I didn't buy it though. Isden, I bought this Biphase Mist, that yellow bottle, because I hadn't seen that before. It looked really interesting, so I excited to test that out. You see the other options available. And then this, super interested in. I almost bought it, but I think it was tinted and I think it was going to be too heavy. And the Spanish versus English marketing sent mixed messages, so I just figured it wasn't worth it. And then this Lorac brand again, I saw at Sephora earlier. Again, it was expensive, so I didn't want to buy it. But if you've tried it before, let me know. I went back to the front of the store though, because I was already buying stuff, so I figured let's go back and visit this Bioderma line again, specifically for oily, acne-prone skin. It's called their like matte line or their Sebium line. I did buy one product specifically because it was supposed to be mattifying. This one right here, it's their moisturizer. Stay tuned, I'll review it on the channel very, very soon. And as I was taking a look up front again at the brands available, I saw Carez of all brands. Love Carez, very happy to see Carez, surprise. Also to see the extent of the Carez products they had. And with that, that is the end of my Barcelona trip. Let me know down below in the comments, do you like these vlog videos? Let me know what else you want to see in this format. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. And look how cute this pug is.